2A yellow class. It is Tuesday, February the 21st. Looking at standard 2 in unit 3. Let's write down again I'm writing below you, right above, the learning target. Learning targets. I think a long time ago, teachers would just teach whatever the topic was of the day, and maybe at the end of the class, students weren't sure if they learned whatever they were supposed to learn. So at some point, and it's been a long time, you're supposed to have a learning target and objective so that a student knows at the end of class, hey, can I do the thing you said I'd be able to? I can. What are we going to do? I'm going to go ahead and add. Sure, write them all. Because you're going to be doing some subtracting. Add, subtract, multiply. I'm going to throw in multiply, though. That's an extra one that I'm okay if you don't do it, can't do it. But the multiply is from Algebra 1, if you remember that class. Add, subtract, sure, multiply. Multiply polynomials. Multiply polynomials. Poly. Polynomials. And then it says something about, and know that it's part of a closed set. In other words, it just means if you add or subtract or multiply a polynomial, it'll produce another polynomial. Like a closed set is like your family. There's a human mom and a human dad, and then like you're like a human. Some of you. And so and of course they try to mix it up. So this is just saying in math world, if there's a mom polynomial, dad polynomial, it will give birth to a baby polynomial, and that's called a closed set. Do you care about that? No, you don't. All right, let's see if we can get you to what you need. Usually the hearing is like, hey, it's going to be on a test. 49 is where I'm going to. So they know what they're supposed to be able to do. I can't remember quite what we did before. Again, it was Thursday. I'm going to follow the things that I have here. If anything repeats, the page was kind of in order, though we skipped some. Why did we skip some? I get a big clump of papers, and then I have to go through and decide, okay, which do I think would be the most direct to give to just what they need so that they can pass the assessment. And so that's why the pages are always like wacky that way. Let's do this. Go ahead and did we do this one? I see something on someone else's. Okay. So I'm going to start by, So I'll start by reminding you, those who are here, you can say the answers, and you seem really smart to the people who weren't here, and then we'll go from there. So we are going to, if you weren't here before, I had them write the word combine. Instead of add or subtract. The reason I don't like add or subtract is like, okay, so is this an addition problem, or is that a subtraction? Just, if you combine like terms, then you're fine. Again, here we go. We have 12 of these X4s. X4s could be a game, like is PS? Is it PS? Is it on 4 now? Is it on 5? What number is it on? 4? Okay, yeah. I got 12 of those. I add 8 more of those. How does he know he's adding? Because again, if there's no sign in front, it's automatically a positive sign for this side here. And so I have how many altogether, please? 20 of those. Of these things here. Now, there's some math student who wants to turn that into an 8. Because they think, oh, I'm adding everything. You're not adding anything. The coefficient, the front number, just tells you how many of those things you have. All right, over here I have how many of these x squareds? Yeah, not only do I have one, but I have negative one, whatever that means. I owe one of them something. I don't even know how. That's what negative numbers represent, that you owe somebody something. Nonetheless, I combine that with my 3. I actually give them $3. I owe you $1. I give you 3. How much do I have altogether? Yeah, I got my same 2. 2 of those x squared things. It doesn't matter what they are. I don't think about math stuff, though, but it's just okay. But there it is. Can you believe? There's no way they put like addition subtraction on the test and they give you a high school credit, which this would normally be your junior year at high school. You do algebra, geometry, algebra 2. And they're going to put an addition problem and give you credit for it? You guys should protest. Say, I don't want the credit. All right, maybe don't protest. All right, in any case, there it is. The only part that should hurt anybody is the positive and negatives. I forgot how to do those. I assume you'll have a calculator when it's time to do it, so I don't see how you can lose. And you'll need to get 2 of these in section 2. All right, I'm moving forward. Oh, pause. Anybody want to say anything? Ask me. they may move. Oh, I see what you're saying. Most of the time, if they just line it up for you, they'll line up the same lines. The side by side is where they're going to make us have to line it up, and that's where they're going to try and trick some of you. So some of you, they're going to put them in line like, oh, look at you, you're so smart. Then they're going to switch the next one, like, and you just start adding up, and like, what the? Yeah. Yeah, just adding those two front. Oh, yeah. Good, good. All right, it's coming again. This one, I think I'm going to check mark. This is this 52? What page am I on? 49. For whatever reason, what's your 50? You wanted 52? 50 as well? Did we do 50 together? Some people just went ahead. Say, ooh. Oh, no, no. All right, go ahead, go to 50. I'll check mark that one. And then we have, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On my paper, I have 6 problems that I'm looking at. I must have to actually do something else. It sounds like 6 problems will take us super long. Let's go ahead and do this one. I'm going to try and come over to you and check mark you at some point. You can talk to a classmate. And again, for those of you who could be mad that they're teaching you something you already know, and then I'm going to see what is on. All right, someone say 17 plus 13 is a what, please? Did they put the same numbers? All right, 20 y5, or I say y5 just that way I don't say to the 5th power. But if you say for any math, you say to the 5th power. Let's just either say y5 in this case. What do we have here for this for the y3s? Yeah, I guess on that one I could have said cube, 3, same thing. All right, no big deal. So you get a free one of these on the assessment. For some reason I have 52 as the next problem. I wonder what 52 could be. Also, as you're doing these, you're producing your 6 pages. So I don't know what's on the back of this guy. And this was page, here. What page was this one here? This is page 50. All right, thank you. So this is 51. I skipped 51. Yeah. So here's what's about to happen. By lining it up for you, they make it so easy that I want to go to the next one. Eventually, you'll get to do that one as part of your 6. But the next guy is the side-by-side thing. That's going to be their attempt to kind of mess with you. Now, here's what I'm going to have you do. I'm going to have you rewrite this problem here vertically. And I'm going to have you rewrite both pieces. What I want you to know, and some of you probably already know it, but I'm going to say it anyway. If there is no sign in front of a parenthesis, automatically it's positive. It's a plus sign. This plus sign here happens to be here because, of course, we're telling us what to do with the second guy. What's important about this is the following. If there's no sign in front, or if it's a plus sign, you just tear off the parentheses and rewrite the top part. Tear off the parentheses and rewrite the second part, but just make sure when you rewrite the second part that you put the exponents under the appropriate ones. In other words, if there's something to the second power, put it under the second power. If there's something to the first power, put it under the first power. If there's something to the third power, I'll take your hand, put it there as well. So what is it that he wants me to do just before I answer his question? He wants us to rewrite this problem. Now, some of you could be thinking, hey, I know how to get this answer. I don't think I have to rewrite it. Well, that's not what I'm asking you if you can get the answer. I'm asking you to rewrite it because at some point, the tricky one on the test will be the kind that you have to rewrite with the correct signs and then get the answer. So, do me a favor, please rewrite this first part down here and take off the parentheses. Then take his friend over here, since there's a plus sign, and rewrite him, but put them in the right order so the people who should be under each other are in fact under each other. After that, if you want to go ahead and get the correct answer at the end, array, you can do that. But when I come on the check mark, it's going to be mainly, did they rewrite them, and did they put the right guys under each other, also known as like terms. Question check. If this were, I'm not sure what circumstance I want to do that. Like, I didn't want to do it there, but yeah. Yeah, but I'm wondering, like, when do I want to do that? Like, I can't think when I want to do it, but now that I know I can. In any case, if this plus sign were a minus sign here, some stuff would happen to the sign side of those, and that's where they're going to try and get you, again, on the assessment. And so this first piece, I saw a lot of people did this stuff. They wrote this 3 squared plus 5r The 6, some people flip it below, some people left inside it. I did want you to rewrite it out this first time. Eventually, they'll be like, all right, do whatever you want, so I can get the right answer. But this first time, just so that it will do what we want. The second piece, some people went with the 2R, the 5, which of course is natural. That's why they put it that way, so that you just put it in order. But they don't want you to put it in order. You have to line up like terms. Some people, when they lined up that 5, they dropped the negative sign or the minus sign in front of it. Whatever's there goes with it, including that sign. So you get to stay there. And the 2, of course, he's just a regular old 2R. This is what I was looking for, because what is true is if you set them up properly, the chances are it's going to work out okay. If they're off, maybe the sign is off, maybe the 2 and the 5 are switched. Some people did put the 5R and the 2 on top, which technically isn't wrong. Other than I wanted this one first and that one second, but when it's time for you to do your thing, that can work. Technically, we don't even have to set it up this way. You can kind of go across, but I've had some trouble once they change it to a minus sign, so this is me trying to catch problems ahead of time. If you're super in math and decide to do it a particular way, I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and get an answer. Someone, a 3 and a negative 5 equals what? Negative 2. Those people who just said that don't answer again. A 5 and a positive 2, someone say what that is. 7. All right, don't answer again, those who just said that. A negative 6 and a 0 is a what? I heard you before. All right, in any case, there it is. Look at it. See how you feel about it. Okay. That turn up. Oh, escape. Oh, yeah, that one. All right. Take a look. So again, hopefully you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Working. If you haven't answered, hold off. Just have a couple people maybe who haven't answered. Can someone who hasn't answered say what the degree is on the top polynomial if you haven't answered? 3 is correct. The 3 is 3. Is there anything I could say about that one? Yeah. Someone else. How many terms are in the top polynomial? How many terms? Did someone say 3? That's close. 3 is close. 4 is correct. A term is any of the guys who are separated by a plus or minus sign. Even this last guy at the end, he still qualifies as his own term. As a matter of fact, there's a letter behind him raised to a power. And again, this is just so I can take you guys to another level. I mean, yeah, we're going to add the coefficients, get an answer. But just so that it could be worth it, anyone know what letter is behind the 7 and what power is being raised to? That made it disappear. This is your moment. When you say, when am I ever going to use something like this? This is it. I mean, that's good and bad at the same time. Bad, no one's saying it, but it's good that I get to say it. Because I know when you say it in your next class, it was me. I did it. I got the other class bug. Like, did they answer that? Yes. All right. The letter is M. What letter, what number is M raised to? Any letter can be raised to make it disappear. 0 is correct. Any letter raised to a 0 power, any number raised to 0 power, for whatever reason, equals 1. And 1 times 7 is just that. So technically, any constant, regular number, they're called constants. Technically, you can put an x to the 0 power after it, so that your next math teacher could either be impressed by you or annoyed that you try to be a smarty pants. In any case, though, at least now you know it. Let's write down this answer, and then this 51. We're kind of coming to 3 problems. Again, this is in the 2 that automatically makes you pass standard 2. Let's see if we can get to the tricky one. So here we go. There are 4 tables. This table here, you'll give me the answer that goes with the 12. That table right there, you'll give me the answer that goes with the 8. Sure. Way back table, give it to me with the 6. Right there, you got it with the 7. You all get to kick back because you're important. All right, here we go. Let's see, what do we got here? This table here with the 12, what will we have below here? Or 13. So 12m cubed or 12m to the 3rd power. That table, you guys have to put a negative 8 with a positive 5. What do you got? Well, that's going to be sort of good. Now I'm not sure what to do. Back table took that one, and then he came back in and boom, threw it in. Alright. Make them both. You guys get it. Break the tie. Oh, what should this be? Alright, -3 correct. Back table is wrong. No. Alright, no, that's fine. That's fine. So what am I doing? Is back table getting one too? Yeah, sure. Hey, back table, what you guys got on this one? Alright, we got it. Right back there, a +7 and -4. Do you all know, for those who are okay with these positive negatives, that there are some students, they don't get it. They don't get why this isn't either a 12 or how come this isn't an 11. And then once they put 11, then they're like, I don't know what sign. I'm just going to choose one. Maybe a plus. There's some people, they just don't get it. And I know teachers are trying, the big numbers, stronger, the bad guys go with the good guys. I mean, they're saying all kinds of stuff. And students are just like, forget it. Just you tell me the answer and I'll write it down. But of course, what they're supposed to say is something like this. Sorry, take the absolute value of the numbers that are there and find the difference. Yeah, that's math talk for, hey, take the two numbers and subtract them. Maybe I can do that. Then take the sign of the larger number. The 8 has a minus, so the answer has a minus. That's what it's supposed to say. Then over here, take the absolute value. Absolute value means just take a number and just use a positive for take the absolute value of the two numbers and subtract. You get a 3. Then for the sign, take the sign of the larger number. That's what it's supposed to say. So it's like, I still don't get it. And the teacher thinks, okay. Fine with me. That's what I got. So, and then I started doing other stuff with plus signs and minus signs. All right, let's see. We keep going here. Checking the clock, and I'm checking 53. I don't know what's on 53. It's a surprise. This page. Oh, what page was this one? 52. On 53, I believe there are 2 parentheses. I am going to ask you to rewrite both of those parentheses again. 52. So this here was 52. All right. So something's weird. Do this one. What page is this? Okay, what does Thomas want you to do? He wants you to rewrite the first guy. I'll tell you what's going to happen on that second guy because of this minus sign. I almost want you to do it without me telling you, but I'm going to tell you anyway. You're going to rewrite this guy, the second one below. The minus sign out front in math talk is, what is the opposite of the sign of everybody on the inside? So what is the opposite sign? Don't answer. What is the opposite sign of a positive? What is the opposite sign of a +7? What is the opposite sign of a -6? The reason I say that is because a lot of students, they'll change the first one, and they won't change the second two. So what is that we're doing? We're going to rewrite this guy here. There's a positive in front, so we just have to tear off the parentheses here. And then his friends, we're going to put him below. Yes, he has 3 pieces. So just line them up where they go. And once you do that, then you're good to go. So again, this sign here is the one that's meant to mess you up. So if anyone's confident in themselves, it's this minus sign that's going to try and trick you and make you not be so proud of yourself. But I did notice that some people chose to put the 3, the trinomial. Trinomial means it has 3 terms. Binomial means it has 2 terms for these polynomials. But they put the trinomial on top. I don't know if it just feels right to have the longer one on top and the small one on the bottom. Technically, if you had the signs right on that, it doesn't matter technically, other than me asking you to put this guy on top and this guy on the bottom. So what I wanted to see, and I think I saw it enough times, I saw this 8, m2, m squared, 7m. I wonder whether they're not using x's, which are famous letters. This is what, page 53? No, page it says? Yeah. All right, thanks. Just for people who aren't here, I don't know why the numbers don't show up on here while they show up on your page. In any case, the second line that I saw had the 3. I'm going to put in the signs after. The 3m2, it had the +7m. That was fine. And then, oops, get rid of the signs first. And then it had that 6. Now, what is true, and again, if yours was a little bit off on this is the place where it normally goes off. This little sign here messes up all that easy stuff that comes ahead of it. For example, when the signs come in, these minus sign is going to change this from a positive to a negative 3. That's what it does. When he hits the second guy, he's going to change him from a positive. He wants just the opposite. Like, I just want you to do the opposite. And then that last guy, all the way down here, he changes him to the opposite. It's just the way it is. I'm not sure how to say it. So when you wrote it on this line here, there was a minus 3 here. There was a minus 7 there, and there was a plus 6 here. If your signs need to be adjusted, go ahead and do that. The good news is on assessment, if you miss this, it's easy to fix. So standard 2, I'm happy for students on standard 2. All right, let's see. There are 3 of these. Get these answers and then do the last 2. It turns out they don't have more than one of these. If you look in the problem set, there's only one of them where they have this negative sign in front. So I wish there was a second one so that if for one reason or another you missed this part, you had a second one to do and be like, oh yeah, but there isn't. Let's try here. Here I'm going to do the 8 and the negative 3. Back here I'm going to do the 7 and the 7. And then I'm giving you guys a second chance. The back row will take your chance. If you don't respond, they will just, all right. You all do the 6 and the blank. Everybody else, just relax. Here we go. Up here, 8 and negative 3 will give me a, I know. You're like, yeah. I'm going to say 5 or I'm going to say 11. All right, so here comes, there's the 2. Next row, let's see here. What you guys got here for the 7s? Ooh, yeah. Double negative. Yeah. Like is it 0? 7 to 7. 14. What negative times negative is positive. And so I don't know. They should just take this out of math. Just take it out. Alright. It is a negative 14 though. If you have some different, you can switch yours. We have a tutor, there's Google, there's YouTube, you can go, I mean, it's all kind of places. Now, back in the day, it's like either me or not. As well as the teacher can teach it, boom, you got it. Or not. I don't get it. Alright, sorry. Now it's like, you don't even need me. You know, you need a hologram of me just talking, or you can go to Google or whatever. Back row, what do you guys have here? Not that back row, this row here. Yeah, and they have better things, some things that animated. I tried to find something that I could. Alright. Go ahead and put a star on this page. This is the kind that they would want to put on there to kind of get you. So if you're good on this one. So on this one, you combine like terms again, you cover up the signs. That's oh, the squared part? How do I get the squared part? Well, it goes like this. These little M2s here at the end. Okay, so yeah, it's 5. This 5 right here? If I were trying to get that 5, I would cover up the sign on the 8 and the 3, and I just do a subtraction from 8 minus 3 will give me a 5. So I would start with subtraction when the sign is different. Then to choose the sign on that thing, I reveal. And the larger number, whatever his sign is, 8 is the larger. Since he has a plus sign, this guy gets his sign. It's sort of like brothers and sisters, like whatever the big brother does, I mean, you kind of have to do it too. You got to follow them along. And even if it has to rob a liquor store, you got to go. You know what? I don't like to use the word add. I like to use the word combine. Because for some students, if you say add, then they're going to add the 8 and the 3 and get something weird about it. But technically, yes, you are adding the top row with the bottom row. 8 plus a negative 3. I think, again, though, you may ultimately have a calculator when this thing is going on, which may defeat the purpose of positive and negatives, but I think more is about combining like terms. So let's do this. Hey, go to page 17. And that's on 17 and 17. Some of you choose not to learn at this point. Am I recording? Yes, I am. Okay. Unfortunately, not very many people watch the videos. All right. Now, the point is, at this point, if you got what we just did, you just passed standard 2. You pass it with a 2. I'm about to add a 3 and a 4 to it. So let's do the 3, let's do the 4s. And I don't know if we're going to get in trouble for whatever time we dismiss this, because it's going to be early. But the idea is, again, if someone needs to do something from before, you can. Next class we probably won't dismiss early, but I'll probably try and get that assessment. In any case, let's see if I can confuse students because that's what teachers like to do. What page is this again?
17.
17. Now, whoever made the test, they put this on here, and the first time I taught this, I taught it all. Boom, just teach the whole thing. And then when it got to the test, because of what I'm going to show you here, and on the next problem, not only did they miss the hard ones, they missed the two easy ones too. So I'm like, gosh, really? If I'd have just taught the two easy ones, they would have gotten 2s and passed. Now they got a 1 or a 0, and I still have to reteach the easy ones. So I decided this time, teach the easy ones. Let them stop there. Throw this out. So someone was like, okay, I got the easy ones. What you got here next? Boom, got that. Give me one more. Boom, got that. While the others were like, nope, that's it. I have no clue what you're talking about. All right, so here we go. This question will be on there. This is such a weird thing that they put this high-level question on there. Let's see. Does anyone know if a squared plus b squared raised to the second power is the same thing as the a4 plus the b4? Anybody know? Yeah, thumbs up. Yeah, they got you just like that. Sure. They're like, got him, coach. No, it turns out they are not the same. Now here's what young people think, and people who don't know math, like an older person like myself. They go like, well, they're 4s, duh. Just multiply this 2 times that 2, that's a 4. Multiply that 2 times that 2, that's a 4. Who doesn't know that? So here's the deal. To get this in, this is actually the problem. It's similar to what's on the 4th level. So here's the deal. If ever you have an outside exponent, you don't get to just multiply it like that. Let's imagine there was a 2 out front here. Yeah, he gets a hit inside. But even when he takes a hit inside, he's not even going with the top 2. So let's erase some stuff and show them what they want to do, To show whether these two are the same, you actually have to rewrite this thing. This exponent here says I need to write this thing twice. A squared plus b squared times another a squared plus b squared. To make this a little bit more intense, let's ask a question. When 2 things are being multiplied, each one of them has a name. For example, if I do 3 times 2, each of these numbers have a name. Anybody know what that name is for numbers that are multiplied together? Good, that'll work. Product will be their answer. So we're in the neighborhood. I'll give the first letter of what they're called. Letter F. F. Factors is correct. Any 2 numbers that you multiply times each other are called factors. So eventually they're going to ask you to do something like, please factor the number 6. In other words, please write number 6 as a multiplication problem. For some of you in here, when they say, please factor number 6, you're going to say, math is hard. But you're only saying math is hard because it's another language. If you knew the language they were asking you, that, in other words, if I said, please write 6 as a multiplication problem, you take 2 numbers. Some of you might go, oh, yeah, 3 and 2. Some of you might go, oh, 1 and 6. Yeah. So I want some of you to feel, if you've ever felt math was hard, half of it is just the words they're using. They ask you to factor a binomial. In this case here, I just wrote this binomial in factored form. I'm about to distribute. In other words, let me write this guy in 2 colors. Again, anyone who wants to drop off at this point, feel free. The stuff I'm about to do here, the real question, even when I'm doing it, sometimes like, really? Why? Let me change the colors so I can see if the color scheme will help out a little bit. I'm going to do some red and some blue. I did grow up in LA back in the day where you couldn't wear colors unless you were part of the color. I used to be, but then I got out. That's true. It's true. It's true. When I got in there, like, they're like that. And then later on, to get out, they're like, alright, so I wasn't in, but I could have been in. Alright. Yeah, I grew up on, anybody know Crenshaw and Florence in LA? Crenshaw and Florence. Yeah. I didn't. I just got on the bus to school. Alright. But no, you didn't wear the colors. Like, hey, don't put any red shoelaces if you don't use red. Don't put blue. Use black. Yeah, black shoelaces. Alright, here comes, so here's what we're doing. We're going to distribute some stuff. I wish I could erase the first one first. Let me just, so somebody in here who used to be confused when they get this long thing, Let's imagine there was just that little b out front. Most of us know if there's a number up front to distribute it, you just multiply times the first guy, and then you multiply times the second guy. That's no big deal. You'll get an answer for the blues. Let me show the answer for the blues. B, here it comes. B times A. I'm going to put the B first, and I'll put the A first. Go ahead. You ready to confuse them? Sure. No, I'll put it out of order. There's so many different ways to confuse you, but I'll try this. The B squared attaches to the A squared. No big deal there. You can see that. You multiply this times that because they're separate letters. You can't do any more than stick them together. Right. Let's do the B times the B. I'm going to stick them together, but then eventually I'm going to do something exponent so that somebody else can go like, what? He did tell us it was going to be confusing. I thought he was lying. All right. So far, so good. Distribute is like handing out pamphlets. Handing out, you're distributing, can you say drugs? Can you say drugs? If you say that, distribution. I'm recording, and I don't want to say it if I don't get to. Someone may go home like, Mom, you're talking about drugs today. Yeah, but when I said you're talking about drugs, I was just saying you're distributing drugs. I mean, man. All right, you're fired. Then I'd really be. Yeah, then hear that. All right, in any case, what? They're like, what? Really mean what? All right, in any case, I just distributed. Now here's the extra part that most students mess them up because they put in this extra red A that I'm going to put in right now. Oops. Now, for those who know this, you don't need all this thing that I'm saying and doing right now. Was it a plus sign? But for those who don't, I hope this helps a little bit. Now I'm going to distribute the red stuff. And to do that, you just call it the FOIL method. First, outer, inner, last. That's what FOIL stands for. But here's all going to happen. The red is going to attach there. You see that? And then the second red is going to attach to that second B. You can do that. Second red. And that B. Just got with the plus. So if I put a plus sign, I'm going to pause so you can look at it. What are you looking to see? Oh, you're just trying to see what all the rainbow stuff mean. This times this, we do that. This times this, we do that. Blues. Red guys, same thing. I'm going to give you one. I'm going to give you one. So first thing you should be able to see is that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Up here we only have 2 terms. So already you can say they're not the same. And you can base that on your work. Let's say y explain y. When you use the FOIL method, when I multiply everything out, they came out different. I'm going to finish it now. But at least this first part, hopefully you're okay with that. Let's see if I can finish this part. This is only for the super in line. The rest you can just check out. Oh, you can pretend like me sometimes. I don't know what's going on. That's just fine. I'm thinking about the face. That's my chin. Hopefully he doesn't call on me. Yeah, that's that face. So you can use that if you need it. Here's the deal. These two here, notice here I have an A to the second power, oops, and a B to the second power. This is why this is a 4, by the way. So if you're looking at this like, whoa, this is a little bit confusing. Okay, it's 4. The next thing to do with the 3 is going to be similar, but maybe not as intense. Here it comes, A squared and a B. Notice here I have an A squared and a B, but they're out of order. I'm going to change the order of them. I'm almost done with this one. Okay. This guy I'm keeping in the same order. And then I'm going to ask somebody a question that hopefully feels right. I have one of these A squared, B squared things. It's a box of toys or something. Then someone added another one. They gave me another A squared, B squared thing that's in the box. The question I want to ask you is, how many of these A squared, B squared things do I have? Yeah, I've got 2 of them. And the way I write it, I have 2 of them is simply this. I have 2 of these A squared, B squared things that now I'm going to write with the same color. In other words, I combined them. I added 1 plus 1, that's the coefficient. This guy up here, this is going to hurt. Does anyone know? I know these numbers are about to change. They're going to change into a 4. So soon like, whoa, where's the 4 from? Did you multiply them? No, I happen to have added them. Alright, write it down and tell them what I did in a second. A, 4th power. When you multiply letters and the base is the same, the base of the A's, you add the exponents. That's how I say it. For the B's, can someone say what the exponent is going to be on the B's? Yeah. Before what? I hear here's a corny math teacher making corny math jokes. Alright, now in any case, here's the deal. The final answer on this ugly thing that makes you better than any math student in this school because you can kind of see it is this. Look at it, see if you're confused. Here's how you know if you're confused. Where do you get the 4? Where do you get the 4? Where do you get the green too? Why did the red and black and the red and blue turn into just black and black? Take a look and see if you have a question. Now for some of you can feel this. Do I need this? No, I don't. And some of you can release it right now. This probably is dead to you. Yeah. If it calls your house, don't answer. See it on the street, don't even look. 2 A's, you're like, oh, we knew each other. No. Take a look at it. Let me say something about this 4 for one last second, and then I'm going to do the last problem. The reason the 2 do turn into 4 is the following. When you multiply 2 letters times each other, I just want you to hear this once in your life. If you multiply 2 letters times each other, A times A, a shorthand way of writing that is just to put A to the 2nd power. If I were to multiply 3 A's together, yeah, I can write it with a 3. That way, math going, Dad, and I can write all those A's. I'm quitting this job if we write all those A's. And some guy's like, all right, just put it to the 3rd power. And so finally, here's what they wound up doing. Someone had a squared times another A squared. And like, dude, we're not writing all those A's. Okay. So what they said is, okay, split these 2 guys up. Everybody knows that. How about split those 2 guys up? And then last guy like, dude, you split them up, now we got 4 of them. And he's like, yeah, but watch this. Yeah, how you like me now? That's what he said. And the other guy's like, what are you talking about? All right, so here's the deal. That's where the 4 actually comes from. Because these 2 guys are squares, really there are 4 of them. And so they just wrote it with one term. Which is why they say if ever the base is the same, you add the exponent. All right. I'm going to try to do one last problem. Even though this class is clearly going to leave short, it feels like it was longer to me. Yeah, what the heck? All right. So let me erase some of this. We'll do one last problem. Now the good news is, what we just did here, if you understood it, the last problem is going to do the same thing. This guy here in the middle, this little box here is he's labeled A squared, B squared, but I only have one of them. Oh shoot! Can I undo? Oh no! Ooh, oh, there it is. So these guys have, there's one box. This box has label on it, A squared, B squared. It's just a box, it's a toy. I got a second box for Christmas. I stole it from my little brother or something. Yeah. This guy twisted them around so again they're in the same order. One box here, one box here. How many boxes of these guys do I have? Oh shoot. I got 2 of those boxes. In other words, when you see letters floating around, don't think of them as math stuff. Think of them as just a box of stuff with a label on it. And you have one of those, or whatever the exponent is. Alright, let me do this last one, and then from there, I'll thank you for coming to school, making something out of yourself. The good news about that is, famous, go to page 59, I get to know you. Yeah, I had it in my class. Actually, I'll have to ask for a favor. Oh, we missed a happy moment. All right, in any case, here's the deal. This problem, they could have just let it be 2 terms. In other words, the 3 would hit here. Why don't I do 3 first? Let me do the x first. Can I erase up there? I just undo the thing. They could have done the x times the 3x, x times 4, which will get 2 terms. Then they could do the minus 3 times that guy, and then minus 3 times 4 to get the extra term. In other words, when you multiply two binomials, you get 4 terms. Terms of things that are separated by plus or minus sign. And that would be it. You'd be super. But I think back to algebra 1. But then they have this extra piece. Here's what's going on with the extra piece. After I get the 4 terms here, I'm going to have to do this rainbow thing again and make it hit the 4 guys on the inside on the top. Then the 2 is going to hit the 4 guys on the inside. So it's going to make 8 terms. And then those 8 terms I have to combine them. This is a 3. That last thing we did took it to a 4. I'm going to do it just so you have it. If you choose to take it and write it down, so that maybe next class, hopefully I can give you part of the assessment, and you get that answer, that's cool. But if you choose not to, I get it. And maybe it's uncalled for to do all that. So follow me. I'll even ask for people to help me along the way. So here it comes. All right, everything's awesome. All right, here we go. So here we go. X times 3x. Anybody know what that is? 3x squared is a good answer. If you came in close to that, good job. Okay. Someone different, or anyone, I guess. X times the 4. Hopefully it doesn't feel like anything. I mean, it's going to build up where it's just a big mess. But hopefully you feel like we do one piece at a time. Oh, okay. Let's try the blues. The negative 3 times a positive 3. Anybody know that? Next. That's a good answer if you're adding them. That's true. I'm about to multiply again. Now, if you're not good with positive and negatives, you're not good with multiplying, this problem really won't be for you. If you're not good with adding and subtracting positive and negatives. That's why, again, I said just do the other two easy ones. Negative 3 times positive 4. So far, so good. That's it. I got to do it one more time, but this is foiling. Foiling says I multiply the first 2 numbers. In high school, I didn't know what FOIL was, so every time I get to it now, I want to just know, like, the whole, apparently I could do it, but I didn't know, what are the letters FOIL, like aluminum foil, like, what, I don't get it. And she never said it, but again, the first 2 terms, first, for F, then when you multiply times the second guy, these are now the outer terms. They're the inside guys, they're the outside guys, the O. Then the 3 times the 3, oh, those guys are on the inside. And then the 3 times the 4, these are the last guys in their parentheses. First, outer, inner, last. Now you're better than many students around. Here it goes. Let's see if we can get this last piece now. Last piece. This x plus 2 is going to hit everybody inside. So it's going to be 8 terms. Then I got to combine them. So I'm going to attempt to line them up even as I do it. There it goes. Green and black. Sure. Green. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wish you had colors. Here it comes. Someone say x times 3x squared. Square is going to be close. We actually want to have it to cube it. In other words, this 1 that's on the x has to combine with the 2 that's on that one. So whenever you multiply letter times letter, you have to increase that one. X times 4x. 4x squared, very nice. The x times the negative 9x. Yeah, there's a million places to mess up. Yeah, the sign that's in front of it doesn't change. And then the last line, x times that 12. A lot of places to mess up. This black one, I kind of want to put him all the way at the end, but I'm going to see if I can line up. Oh, this is see if I'm thinking. When I'm multiplying this 2 times 3x squared, I want to put that below the 4x squared so the squares can be below each other. But because there's this other x squared next door, which x squared do I put him under? And if I combine this, Erica, student be like, should I be combining first? I want to write it here at the end, but there's not going to be enough space. So be like, dude, make a decision. Let's go. All right, whatever. Like, 9 minutes, and then I'm going to just work it out. Oh, this is it. This is it. Where'd it go? This is the ball. I know. That's much more. Okay. There. I got my 12 back. I lost. Okay, so here's the problem. I actually need this space down here. If someone knows how to get it, say it now. Do you remember how I had all that space below? It's gone. You see? Top? Gone. For those who just came back, yes, magically it was moved. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the two stuff here at the end. The two stuff here at the end. I'm going to do it in black. Here it goes. 2 times 3, 2 times 4, 2 times 9, 2 times 12. Alright, so here it comes. 2 times 3 is what? 6. It doesn't mess with the x squared because the x squared, you need another letter to mess with the x's. 2 times 4 is a... I know what you're thinking. Alright, here comes. And then the 2 times that 9. Yeah, bump them up to 18. And then at 2 times 12. Why would they even make up 12 timetables? Just to make it hard for kids. I almost want to give you credit just for writing all that out. When you do it on the test, for those who choose to do that, but again, I've seen some students, they're like, you know what? I'll pass. I'll go into good. They'll come doing all of that. Because now we have to combine like terms, which I'm going to try and do with colors. Let me find if there are any x cubes. Any other x cubes? So, this is the final answer. In green, let me see if there's any x squares. Alright, there's a 4, minus 9, plus 6. Now I gotta combine those. Here I go. Wish me luck. A 4 and a negative 9 is a what, anybody? Negative 5. Okay. Now I need that negative 5 to now combine with this positive 6. So it's x squared because of negative 5 and a positive 6 is a positive rather. 1x squared. Negative 5 plus a 6 is a 1, but they don't write the 1. I'm not sure how they chose this problem. It seems like there's so much going on in there that they would have just left it out. Alright, and then in blue, the x's. I have a 12x, a negative 12x, a positive... negative 22. Maybe how do you get this? How would you do that? Why not just make small numbers? Alright. So here's the deal. This negative 12 plus an 8 minus an 18. If you do it in pieces, a negative 12 and a positive 8 happens to be a negative 4. A negative 4 and a negative 18, when we combine them, gives a negative 22. So let me, what I would say to you if you did do this big one, let's say you do this line properly. This one I'll look at for sure. And then something messes up along the way. I almost feel like I still kind of want to give it to you. And I almost want to, I'm going to decide. Because there's so much work just to miss one sign or one number and not get it, so I'll look at it. Last piece. I've got 4 minutes. Where are the other guys? What color do I need to? Red. I'll do another red. Green, blue, black. Where are we? We just, oh. apologize to you on behalf of math people who don't like children. And, yeah. They could have just done the two. Could give you the 2 before. All right. First, let me thank you for being a great class. That's really taught that you guys are like super